Welcome in, everyone, to another edition of the Smith Station Coach Show here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. To my left, I got the head coach of flag football. The name is Michael King. Coach, thank you so much for joining us.
No problem.
And then to my right, we got the girl that's catching all the touchdown passes from Brooke Norwood. Her name is Corbin Missildine. Corbin, thank you so much for joining us. All right, let's get into it. By the way, she is a senior. We'll first start with you, Coach King. Last time we talked, we were getting ready to the meat of the season. You're able to finish the regular season as one of the top teams in the state. You're about to start playoffs now. You're 10-3. How'd you feel like the regular season played for your team this year?
Yeah, we played good. We got off to a really fast start. Like I talked about last show, we were real young last year, so we felt like coming into this year, the girls had a good idea of what we were expecting and what the expectations were for them. And so we got into the meat of the schedule, and we did a really good job of handling some adversity for a week there, but did a good job. And overall, we had a good year. You know, a leader on the offensive side for sure, with Corbin being a senior. Just really proud of the girls, the way they played the regular season, finishing off in the year on a high note, 10-3. And, you know, we won last week in our first round of the playoffs. So just rolling along here.
No doubt. And by the way, congratulations. You got a newborn right in the heart of the season, Coach. As you made mention, though, you're 10-3. You did beat, I think that was Paul W. Bryant, 38-0. Mm-hmm. You're on a 7-game winning streak right now. Yep. But you know, I was looking at some of the other teams that are in the state. They play 25, 30 games, and we were talking about this off air. You just don't believe you need to play that many games for your team to be successful, nor do you want to deal with that injury bug. So, what was the thought process in only scheduling 12 regular season games? Yeah,
so we lost one or two. Some teams later on in the year decided they didn't want to play us.
Right.
So
when you're good.
Yeah, exactly. So we did lose a couple games, but there's a couple teams that, you know, they're playing 25 games, and you look at their schedule and they're playing tournaments.
Right.
And we just feel like for our girls to be successful, going and playing in a tournament where the game's, 30-ish minutes instead of, a regular season game. Right. We just feel like we'll get more out of playing, a little bit stiffer competition and playing better games to get the girls prepared each and every game instead of, playing a bracket play style where, you might play 3 games in one day and, Corbin gets hurt in the first quarter of game 1 and then she tries to push through it for 3 games and then she, fractures her ankle or something. Right. So we just felt like it was a good idea to stick to regular season games and go from there.
Yeah, and by the way, the team you're playing, Daphne, they've only played 13 games. They're undefeated.
Correct.
We'll talk about them in just a moment because we got to go to the star over here, Coach.
Oh,
if you
yeah.
don't mind me talking to her for a second.
She needs all the praise she gets.
Yes, she does. All right, senior. First things first. Corbin, how long you been playing flag football?
4 years.
4 years.
I was a freshman.
Nice. Is it something that you've always wanted to play, or was it like here, let me rephrase the question. When you went out, you knew you wanted to play flag football, you were just giving it a try and see if you liked it?
No, I knew I wanted to play flag football. I saw other girls playing it, and I was like, that's what I want to do. I want to go out there and see if I can do it.
Why did you decide that you wanted to be a slot receiver? Was that initially what you wanted, or is that just how it happened?
Well, when I first started playing, my coach that used to be here before, Coach King, she had me playing as a quarterback, and I was like, I don't know about this. I don't know. Just let me go see if I can do receiver, and I like that a whole lot better than quarterback.
Yeah,
so.
No doubt. And now you've been here for 4 years. You've been a part of a prestigious program. Talk about that connection you got with Brooke. Because it seems like y'all are on the same accord all the time. She is literally throwing dimes to you. You had 15 touchdowns this year. She has thrown 51 on the season. But talk about your relationship with Brooke and how awesome it's been over the years.
Well, I mean, I just go out there and I run my routes, and if I'm open, I'm screaming Brooke's name, throw me the ball, and she just sees me. So.
Nice. Is this something you want to actually do and go and play college ball for?
I would like to do that. So.
Now, we talked about this off air. You're a multi-sport athlete. You also play softball. Mm-hmm. What position you play in softball?
Third base.
Third base. Okay, so third base in softball, and then you're the receiver in flag football. Do you have a favorite? Which one?
Flag football.
No doubt.
No doubt.
Number
that is
one.
My favorite.
I love it. So what is now that your team had a really good regular season, what's the mindset you and some of the other seniors are telling the girls to go out and finish strong tonight and keep playing in the playoffs?
I mean, just go out there and do your best and have fun. And that's all you can do. Do your job.
Right. Coach, you got someone that knows what she's doing, right? We're going to get her to come out of her shell too, but I'm so excited that she's here, Coach. You've done a really good job with the girls. Put them in position to be successful. Brian Easton said you're the Gus Malzahn, and this is Gus in his heyday, not Gus now, but in his heyday, just dialing it up. Why is this something you love to do, man? And talk about that connection with Brooke and all the receivers and that offense that's been lights out this year.
Yeah, so I coached football for a while at the varsity level, and I just felt like when I moved to softball, I just felt like playing or having the girls during the spring, and when the opportunity came available to have an opportunity to be around them not only in the spring but also in the fall, it just felt like a good fit.
Awesome.
And there were some girls that I felt like that were on the softball team that would be really good flag football players. So, kind of recruiting your own kids a little bit there to get them to play. And Corbin's out there talking to other girls. Hey, you need to play.
Right.
And just the better athletes you can get around, the better off you're going to be. So, just the connection. Being around the kids all the time is a good thing, and it's always good to be, have an eye on what your kids are doing year round. If we've got some girls that if you don't see them for a while because we're coaching other sports and doing other things, it's hard to during the regular school day
right.
to just see them throughout the day. Right. So having an opportunity to coach them year round is a blessing, and it's a lot of fun to see the kids all year round instead of just during one sport. So it's been good, and I've always loved football, and this is just another opportunity to give back to a growing sport that is skyrocketing as far as participation, and to be a part of that has been great.
Daphne is who Smith Station is playing. We will not be able to broadcast it because it is playoffs, but hopefully if they win, we're going to try to get them in another round. But we want everyone out in full support. Come to Smith Station High School, not T.C. Britton Field, Smith Station High School, correct,
yep,
Coach?
Correct.
It will be here at 5 o'clock. You need to come and support
Central.
these Lady Panthers.
5 o'clock
5
Central.
o'clock Central, 6 o'clock Eastern. Thank you for saying that, Coach.
Yep.
Right here on the board.
I know. That's what you gotta
come
make
and
today.
watch some high-level flag football tonight. We're going to be cheering on these Smith Station Panthers. Coach, talk about seniors like Corbin and what they mean to you and your program and their leadership and setting the standard and having such a great year this year.
Yeah, I mean, she mentioned she plays softball, and I'm a lot to deal with. I mean, I'm sure she'd probably agree with that. I've got high expectations of what we do, but it's awesome to have a smaller group of seniors, I'd say, this year.
Yeah.
But they understand what we're asking them to do, and they bought into the plan that we try to put out there every single game. And it's good for our younger girls. I mentioned we were really young last year, and we've got now some seniors that have been doing it for a long time, but then now we've got these juniors and sophomores that really understand. Right. I call kind of Corbin like she's kind of a silent leader. She's just going to do her job.
Right.
She's not going to get loud or real vocal.
Lead by example.
But she's going to lead by example, and she's going to be one that when it's coming to a situation where we're trying to get somebody to do something the right way, that's a great example to have is somebody like Corbin. And
awesome.
we've got a couple players on the defensive side. Jordan Smith, she's another senior for us on the defensive side. So it's just good to have those good senior leaders that can give you a good example for the kids. And you don't always have to be a vocal person to get a point across. You can go do your job every day, and if you're just doing your job, the other kids are going to see that, and it's going to be a good, positive thing for us.
No doubt about it. Smith Station Coaches Show. We're with Michael King, the head flag football coach, softball coach here at Smith Station, and the senior receiver, 15 touchdowns on the year, Corbin Missildine. Corbin, favorite subject? Math for sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have a mindset of when you go to college what you want to do like as a degree, and you have a mindset of what your career would be? Are you really
I'm
weighing all your options, right?
I'm just going just to go and see what happens.
Why do you love Smith Station? Why is this a place that you're proud to graduate from, wearing your Smith Station shirt on? Why is this a place that you're proud to say you're going to be an alumni of after this year?
I went here my whole life, and I wouldn't feel right going anywhere else.
Nice. Well, Corbin, you've done a great job this year. We look forward to seeing you dominate out on the field tonight. Coach, gotta let you shout out your assistant coaches because you missed a couple games, and they filled in the void pretty well. You got to shout out people that have helped you out this year, and then also finally, two-part question: this is your message to not just the Smith Station community, everyone around, why they need to come out and support your Lady Panthers tonight.
Yeah, so first off, Christy Coleman, Eric Bassinet, Levi Rentz, Marcus Wimberly.
I mean, you got the staff.
They've done a heck of a job this year. Had a baby, so missed a game, and they did a great job. And it's not only just the coaches. We've got a great administration here, led by Adam Johnson and Brian Eason with our athletic director. They do a great job, just giving us the resources and supporting us to be successful. So thankful for the opportunity to lead these girls and to work here. But when it comes to tonight, you need to be here to support these girls. Yeah. They've had a heck of a year. We're trying to move on to the third round of the playoffs, and to get there, we need all the support we can get. Pack this place out tonight and support these girls because they deserve it.
All right, let's go Panthers. They take on Daphne, 5 o'clock Central, 6 o'clock Eastern, right here on the campus at Smith Station High School. Coach, good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Corbin, good luck tonight. We're going to take a break, and then we're going to wrestling, baby. The season starts this month. Smith Station Coach Show on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
For the big, for the small, the short, and the tall. Peacemakers, risk takers. For the optimists, pessimists, exhibitionists. For long distance love. For the farsighted, nearsighted. For introverts and extroverts. For the thinkers and the doers. For old friends. Coca-Cola. For everyone.
Most Planet Fitness clubs are open 24 hours. Save today when you join for just $1 down and work out whenever.
We're coming in early.
Staying late. Kettlebells, crack of dawn.
I'm the first one in.
No, you're not. Before drop-off.
During lunch.
Whatever works for you.
Save $28 or more when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
Find your nearest club and join today. Deal ends November 20th.
Welcome back to the Smith Station Coaches Show here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. To my left, I got state championship wrestler and one of the best wrestlers we have in our area. His name is Eli Sanders, a junior here at Smith Station. Eli, thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, sir.
And then we have his dad, who is a legendary wrestling coach here at Smith Station. His name is Tommy Sanders. Coach, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank
you for having us here.
We said this off air, and you looked at me kind of crazy, but listen, I know you coaches, y'all don't like bragging about yourself, but sometimes we got to put the message out there because y'all are dedicating your time, effort to these kids. So, Coach Sanders, you don't mind, where are you from? What ultimately led you here to Smith Station, and why do you love wrestling so much? You've been coaching for such a long time.
Well, I'm from this area. I live in Crawford. They call me the Crawford mayor, and I've lived here all my life, and I always wanted to go to Smith Station when I was in high school, and never had the opportunity. I liked the way they played football, and I wanted to be a part of it. As a teacher, this is my 27th year of coaching and teaching. This is my 19th back at Smith Station. I did 2 years prior, went to Hardaway for 5, and then came back. This is my 19th year, and I did not wrestle in high school, and I was kind of forced to be the wrestling coach at Hardaway.
Gotcha.
They gave me no option. I couldn't coach football if I didn't coach wrestling.
Right.
And at first, I really didn't want any part of it. I'd seen one wrestling match.
Right.
And once the first 2 matches, we got beat 72-12. I shook 12 hands in each match. The first period, they pinned our kids, and I knew I was the problem. So I went and started working on watching videotapes. It was VCR tapes at that time. And went to camp, and Coach Larry Morgan at Columbus really helped me out quite a bit. I asked him a lot of questions, and steadily improved as a coach, and our team got better. And I moved to Smith Station after 5 years at Hardaway, and luckily we've been blessed. We haven't had a losing season in 19 years.
Unbelievable.
So I'm proud of that, and not bragging on me, bragging on our program. We've been top 10 6 years in a row in the individual portion. The last 2 years we've had 4 state placers. Both years we had 2 guys in the finals. Last year Eli won it. The year before we had 2 second place. Xerxes Ellison is coming back. He placed second last year.
Nice.
And as a dual team, that's our team versus their team.
Right.
The last 4 years we finished top Final 4, Final 2, Final 4, and then last year was a down year. We hit the Final 8. But we're hoping this year we'll come back up. And one of our philosophies here is we don't schedule wins, we schedule competition. Last year we finished top 8, but our record was 16-13. A lot of people would consider that's a failure.
Right.
Okay, almost 50% loss. But again, we're not scheduling wins, we're scheduling competition because your test is at the end of the year.
Yeah.
And that's what we try to achieve.
I'm glad you said that, Coach, and we're going to get to Eli here in just a moment. But the sustained success part, that's the hard part, Coach. Everybody can have a one-hit wonder. It's hard sustaining success. What do you attribute that to? I know you mentioned Larry Morgan, but who are some of the other people that were mentors, and has anybody else helped you build this program, or how do you keep sustaining that success, knowing you've got people coming in and out because they're here for 4 years, they're high
Right.
school, they're not here for 20 years. So how do you do that, Coach?
Well, as far as coaching goes, you don't win without players.
Right.
And in this case, it's wrestlers. But coaches that have really helped me out here would be I've had a bunch of them that come through here. But when I got here, there was an ROTC guy, instructor, Sergeant Major Waltz.
Okay.
Sergeant Major Waltz really helped me, and he not only drove the bus and he could coach a chicken wing, you know, the armbar series. He could coach it with the best of them or better than anybody I've been around. But I had other guys that came through and helped. And then currently we have Coach Zog. Coach Murray Zog is my assistant. He's my only assistant on the varsity.
Nice.
And which is kind of unusual for 7A. We usually have more people at that in the high school, but that's what we have at this moment. And Robert Peterson, who is a retiree from the Army, still works on Army base, but he helped me quite a bit too.
Nice.
I learned a lot of wrestling from him.
Eli,
Yes, sir.
was wrestling always something that you wanted to do? Is it something because you got to hang out with Dad all these years, or what is it about wrestling that made you pick it up so early?
I started real early wrestling, and I enjoy it. I get to be with him whenever I'm wrestling.
Nice. All right, Eli, what about being underneath your dad? I mean, I know he's got to be tough on you, but how do you like playing for him and him coaching underneath you?
I don't know.
He's trying not to lie, y'all.
But seriously, same with you, Dad. How awesome is it that you get to be with your son every day? And I know, again, you're tough on him just like all the kids are, probably a little bit more tougher. But that's still a unique bond that you get to have with him every day.
It is a bond, and the off season is more enjoyable because we get to talk about what we accomplished.
Right.
I am tougher on him than everyone else. A lot of times, you know, the coach's son, everybody wants to be the coach's son because he gets to do less, and he's the quarterback of the football team. No, he's going to do what's best for our team.
Right.
And by doing that, he's being a leader and he's representing our program.
Nice. Eli, you won the state championship last year as a sophomore. What did that mean to you when you were able to accomplish that, man?
It meant a lot because I get to pave the path for the kids to come through.
Nice, man. All right, so what's your expectations this year? Because, you know, the target's on your back. How was the off season to try to get better than what you did even last year?
This off season, I chased losses. So I went to all types of national tournaments chasing losses.
Nice.
And so I got target on my back, and I'm not worried about me. I'm worried about the team.
Nice, man. That's awesome. And he talked about chasing losses. And this is really in every sport, Coach. You know this.
Right.
The teams that schedule tough for learning experiences are better off down at the end.
Right.
So why is that so important for you, knowing like this first match, you're taking on Harris County. Harris County is one of the premier programs in our area in the state of Georgia, and that's what you're opening up with. You didn't have to do that. You can go face someone that you know you can blow them out. Why do you do that?
Well, we have two more good ones too now. Let's don't forget them. Columbus was state champion 2 years ago,
Right.
and they were top 5 last year also. And then Prattville's always historically been a really good team.
No doubt.
Yeah, I take it as opportunity for me to the next week afterward tell them how they hadn't got to the point where they need to get to. And
Right.
so it exposes our weaknesses. We don't go 2 weeks and build up a bunch of wins and then realize that we're not that good.
Right.
We'd rather realize what we need to work on after the first week, because now we're getting ahead of people.
Right.
We're improving quicker than we should.
Right.
So that's been the whole goal, is schedule hard early and then adjust from there.
Well, Coach, Eli's not the only wrestler you have on the team. Talk about some of the other key contributors on this year's team that you're expecting and excited about.
Well, there's quite a few.
How big is your wrestling team? Let's start with that, and then you
Well,
can start.
we have 33 on the varsity.
Holy smokes, Coach.
We have 34, I believe, on the junior high.
Wow. So you
Okay.
got 60 kids.
67. Yes, sir.
Man,
Yes.
so talk about some of those key. You ain't able to name all 67.
No, I'm not even going to try, but these are some of the ones that are going to be key to our team. Xerxes Ellison, he will be our 215. Xerxes finished second in state last year.
Yeah.
He's being recruited by George Washington Lee. Also being recruited by University of Chicago.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if you know everything about them, but they're high academic colleges. And Xerxes has a 35 ACT. So very intelligent and a good wrestler. He's one of the leaders on our team. We got Amari Allen. Amari Allen's going to be really good. He's 31 on the ACT.
Nice.
Probably going to get a full ride somewhere. Don't know if he wants to wrestle in college, but he will end up. Both of those guys are 4.2 GPA above, and seniors. Ethan Monka, he is dropping from 120 to 113. Basically, him and Eli flipped weight classes.
Right.
We expect for him to have a great year. He's another guy with 4.1 GPA. There's a common theme running through here is not that just that we have kids that are smart, all right, that's not what's required to be a good wrestler. But what is required to be a good wrestler is to do what you're supposed to do, when you're supposed to do it, and how you're supposed to do it.
Right.
And we are lucky we have we have those type of people. And when you do that, of course, grades are better. Mm-hmm. Okay. Other people we got a kid coming back, hadn't wrestled in 2 years. He went through our youth program, he did national tournaments and everything. His name is Alistair Martin.
Nice.
We think he's going to be really good. I have 2 guys that are back, 3-year starters, Tristan Clyett and Walter Torreson. They're in their 3rd year. I'm thinking this is their year to turn the corner. They're both seniors. I got a cheat sheet, so I
Go
make
ahead,
sure.
there you go, Coach.
I don't leave nothing to chance. I got another kid that was out last year by name of Bryant Rollo, had a knee injury. He was out the entire year.
Right.
He's playing around on the mat and jumped over somebody. It was the end of practice. Practice was over and tore his ACL.
And that's the worst.
And he's coming back, and we think he's gonna do a really good job for us. And we got two other seniors that will be somewhere in our lineup: Josh Bell and Zach Smith. I could go on and on about our kids, but those. Oh, I forgot Elijah Tatum, ET. We call him ET. ET is really, really good in neutral.
Right.
And he's Eli's workout partner most of the time.
Nice. Well, Coach, you got a lot of kids under your tutelage, and you talked about the youth program. How important is that program and seeing the development at a young age? When they get to where you're at, they kind of already know kind of the standard of what is Tommy Sanders' program here at Smith Station.
Well, it does help, and that also the junior high program brings that into effect also. But a lot of the guys who have gone on and been successful here, we coached them in youth. Eli was one of those. Dylan Luttrell was one of those. Tim Luttrell was a 2-time state placer for us, just graduated last year. He was in our youth program.
Nice.
Devin Stone, who was a state champion, was in our youth program. Kyle Watson was in our youth program from the time he was 6 years old. He was a state champion, 3-time state placer for us. So all of those guys developed in the youth program. So yes, it's very effective in getting them prepared for what they're getting into.
No doubt.
Because the reality is when you get to varsity, it changes. But if you've already taken steps, then it's just another step. But wrestling is the hardest sport in high school.
Yeah.
I coach football.
Yep.
I coach football. I love it equally as much as wrestling. But the hardest sport is wrestling.
Yeah, and the technique that they have to learn, that is a disciplined sport, Coach.
It is. We have a lot of football players who will walk into the wrestling room and they'll sit there and watch. And you know, a lot of them will tell you, I think I'd like it, but it's a little too hard.
Yeah.
You know, and that's not saying they're soft or anything like that, but it takes a lot of dedication and devotion.
No doubt about it.
Yep.
Eli, who are some of the wrestlers that you've looked up to in your life? Are there guys that maybe at the college ranks or that have come here through your dad's program that you're like, I wish I could be like him when I get to be a senior or whatever it may be?
Some of the wrestlers that have came through our program was Tim Hester. He's the first state champ in our program.
Nice.
Devin Stone, I've wrestled with him.
Nice.
The Luttrells, all of them.
Yeah, and being able to wrestle with them, have they helped you get better as a wrestler?
They have.
Nice.
Yes, sir.
So what's your expectations for yourself this year, man?
Win state again. Try to go undefeated.
Love it, man. I love the mindset, Coach. And I think that's the same thing you have for your program. I know Brian Easton's really excited about it. So how do you make sure your guys stay disciplined, focused, knowing there's high expectations for your program this year? Which really every year, because you sustain success like we just talked about.
Well, I think most of the time we already know what's required.
Right.
There's a process that you got to follow.
Right.
But we don't want to put any unnecessary pressure on ourselves and say we got to do this. But it's basically, you know, next matchup we're trying to win.
Yeah.
And he made a reference. He said we're chasing losses. Yes, he was chasing losses, but trying to win.
No doubt.
We're trying to win every one, but if I get a loss, that means that I've gotten better.
Yeah.
So we'll take it as that, and if we continue to improve by the end of the year, then hopefully we're going to be in that final two and have a chance.
Eli Sanders, Tommy Sanders, this won't be the first nor the last time we talk to them. And this is the first, but it won't be the last time that we talk with them throughout the season, Coach. So let's talk about some upcoming matches before we get out of here.
Okay.
I know we are doing the November 20th. We're going to be broadcasting that against Harris County, but you got some other matches this month if you won't mind promoting and telling people how they can come and watch your Panthers program.
Okay. On December 4th, we will have Central. I believe it's Central Opelika and Central Opelika. I forgot the third one. Dothan. Central Opelika and Dothan. So big region matches. I believe it's going to be broadcast on your station.
Yes, it is.
So we expect that to be a big night. And not only will you get your money's worth watching the varsity, but we will have the girls. The girls will be going that night. They'll have a mat going. The junior high will have 3 teams they'll be wrestling against. There'll be 4 mats going and 2 gyms full. So we think if you like wrestling, it'll be a great night to come out.
If you don't mind talking about the girls program, we can't end this without shouting them out, Coach. I'm sorry.
Well, the girls program it's in their 3rd year of existence.
Nice.
My wife, Jenny, is the head coach.
Nice. You dang sure would have gotten in trouble, Coach, if we didn't make mention of them. Come on now.
Jenny is the head coach, and she's doing a good job. And her top assistant is Eric Bassinet, and they've had 2 winning seasons.
Nice.
And this 3rd year, we're hoping to maybe get over the hump a little more. But each year, they've had a state placer.
Nice, man.
They've had a state placer in the 1st and 2nd years. So, and it was not the same person. That means they're developing kids.
Nice.
So they're doing a good job.
Nice. Well, Jenny Sanders, Tommy Sanders, Eli Sanders. It's the Sanders family affair here at Smith Station. Coach, good luck this season.
Thank you.
Look forward to doing many games and many
Thank you.
matches, excuse me. And Eli, good luck to you, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, that is it for us here on the Smith Station Coaches Show. Thank y'all so much for watching. We'll see you next time on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.